What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. We're about 20 hours away from the 2016 NHL free agent frenzy, as if the last couple days haven't been crazy enough for you. I've been doing a lot of the free agent work over on PowerPlayInsiders.com, so if you're complaining that I haven't done something, it's probably up there. Maybe you should, click on that and read it, because I like to write stuff too. But I'm going to do some quick hits here. The top 16 free agents in this class, according to Sportsnet, where I think they will... where they'll end up going team by team. So without further ado, Kyle Pozo. With Stamkos off the market, he's the best free agent out there. Gut feeling, he signs with the LA Kings or Minnesota Wild. Gun up my head, I'm saying the Wild. Milan Lucic, second best free agent out there. Obviously, with the Taylor Hall trade, Edmonton's looking more and more desirable. I'm going to go hot take here and say he signs with the Anaheim Ducks and not the Edmonton Oilers. Boom. And Peter Strelly looks even dumber. Louis Eriksson. Boston Bruins couldn't get him re-signed, didn't flip him at the deadline. There is a lot of interest out there for him. I think end of the day he signs with the Vancouver Canucks. If I was, again, just throwing that out there. David Backes, another guy that the St. Louis Blues, kind of should have re-signed sooner. I think his wish is going to be to stay in St. Louis, and I think his wish will be granted because I think cooler heads will prevail, and he will re-sign with the St. Louis Blues. Number 5, Dan Hamhuis, Vancouver Canucks. I think he ends up in Dallas. He's supposed to be there at the deadline. They're losing Chris Russell. They already lost Alex Goligoski. Is what it is. Number 6, Brian Campbell, Chicago. That's pretty straightforward. Andrew Ladd. Now we're getting interesting. I think the Florida Panthers. Oh no, let me rephrase that. The New York Islanders. That's where he's going to end up. I had the Panthers for a while, but I think the New York Islanders, given that they've kind of should have traded for a free agent by the name of not a free agent, a left wing by the name of Taylor Hall yesterday, and didn't do it. They're going to be looking to improve their left wing. I think Andrew Ladd does that. Number 8, Chris Russell. I think Edmonton. Which, again, gut feeling. Mikhail Bodker. I think probably the most overrated player in the NHL, given his advanced statistics and the fact that he's not exactly the best defensive player, even though he has that two-way winger mantra. I think end of the day, he re-signs with the Colorado Avalanche. James Reimer, number 10, goalie. I think a couple weeks ago that Calgary was going to be the front runner for him. End of the day right now, I think he goes back to San Jose as a backup to Martin Jones. I thought he fit in very, very nicely with that squad. Number 11, Jiri Hudler. I got him going to the Nashville Predators. Number 12, Eric Staal. I always had him going back to Carolina, and it's not going to happen. GM Ron Francis has shut the door on that homecoming, according to Sportsnet. So, Chicago Blackhawks signs a minimum contract, goes to Chicago, tries to win himself a Stanley Cup. Thomas Vanek, I think a reunion on Long Island is coming for not a lot of money. Troy Brouwer, he's from British Columbia. I think he goes to Vancouver. Franz Nielsen. I think the Detroit Red Wings. I said that in my write-ups. I think that's what it comes to be. Radim Vrbata. I think he goes back to Arizona, and that rounds out my hot takes on free agency. One of those is what it is. If you want some other takes, I think Teddy Purcell goes to LA. Goes back to LA on a not a lot of money contract. David Perron stays in Anaheim. Dale Weiss goes back to Montreal. I think P.A. Parento takes a tryout agreement to go back to Long Island. I think the Islanders are going to become tired from a lot of these guys. I think Lee Stempniak goes back to New Jersey. I think Jason Demers probably goes to New Jersey. And Jamie McGinn goes back to Buffalo. So, we'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. And I'll talk more about Eric Staal, because I think he's one of the more intriguing names on the market, just because he's a big name and he's not going to make a lot of money and he's not going to get a lot of years. It'll be a one-year deal. and is he willing to accept a lesser role? But check out PowerPlayInsiders.com and stay here at the Power Play with CJ for the next 20 hours as the deals will be coming in, and I will be dishing on them left and right, and maybe offering some hot takes here and there. Anyway, that's all I got this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.